Take a look, it's in a book, A Reading Rainbow. If you're part of my generation, you'll remember that beloved theme song that got millions of kids excited about reading. Well, today, a local couple is helping children discover new worlds and adventures. Let's welcome Clarence and Judy Manning, co-founders of Book Angels Charleston. Great to have you with us.
Thank you.
And I just love the concept that now has been going on for well over a decade. So congratulations on this. And I'm sorry that we're only just discovering you. But why don't you start us off, Judy, and tell us how this all got started?
Well, Layla, we moved down here in 2010, and as we were moving to Charleston after retiring, we were just kind of talking to each other about what we wanted to do in the future. And independent of each other, we came up with literacy as the most important thing we could think of. So we went to a friend in Chicago who had been doing this for a long time, and he taught us that children need books in their homes. They need pleasure books to read. They don't need assignment books. And the best thing we could do was to come down here and find places that would give us books, from churches and schools, and that we could take them into Title I schools where most of the children don't have any books at home.
That's right, that's right. And Clarence, when you moved to Charleston, did you just kind of automatically think, goodness, I really feel like this community needs something like this?
Well, yeah, everything that we read was that the kids in South Carolina were generally reading below grade, and we're really struggling with literacy. And if kids aren't reading on grade by the third grade, they're sort of behind the eight ball and will be for the rest of their life. So we decided that we really need to jump in and focus on early literacy.
So you and Judy got together and you said, look, we both have this independent idea that is the same, and so we want to start this organization. And so where did it start? How many books was the first delivery, and where did they all come from?
Well, Ren made the contact, but there was a group in Atlanta that was had big boxes out in front of stores that said books for charity. Oh, wow. And they would set aside a certain number of books to give to charity, and they gave us our first 10,000 books.
Wow, 10,000 books.
10,000 books right off the start. It was pretty daunting.
And this is just, it's completely voluntary. You go and you deliver these books. Do you have anybody else helping you? Any other additional muscle to get these books distributed?
We have mostly friends from our church or neighborhood that believed in what we were doing and help us. And basically our program is several different phases of collecting books, talking to schools and other organizations into running book drives for us, and we collect the books, and then we triage and sort those books, and then another phase to deliver them to the at-risk schools. So on our first delivery, pulled up there with a truck with thousands of books, probably 4,000 books, and the principal sent the kids out to help us bring the books into the school. Well, the whole idea of our program is it's a voluntary program. If you give the kids the books, they will read if they can choose. And so as they pulled the books out of the truck, they didn't carry them immediately into the school. They sat down, opened the boxes, and took books and started reading right there on the lawn. So that validated our notion that a voluntary approach was the way to go.
100%.
And in the approximate decade since we started in 2011, we have collected and donated about 170,000 books to the Title I school students.
That's incredible. You've made such an incredible impact on this community that you've adopted since 2010. So congratulations on that. And for people who would like to help volunteer, donate books, where should they go?
Well, they can find us on Facebook at Book Angels, Inc.
Perfect. I want to thank you both so much for joining us today.
Okay, our pleasure.
We're back after this.